Aries, what if you've been asking what direction should I take? This reading isn't about guessing. It's about clearing confusion, comparing paths, and choosing the direction that actually supports your success and stability. Hi, Aries. I'm Heather. This is Dogstar Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the pack. Today's reading is focused on clarity, specifically clarity around career, life direction, life choices, and where your energy is meant to go next. This is for those of you who are standing at a crossroads, weighing your options, or feeling pulled in more than one direction. We're going to be working with 9 cards that clearly show where you are now, what's clouding your judgment, and what direction aligns with your long-term success, not just what feels safe or familiar. We'll also look at the difference between choosing alignment versus choosing from fear. So you can make decisions with confidence rather than second guessing. So take a breath, set an intention for clarity, and let's see what the cards reveal. Aries, one more shuffle, and then we'll start pulling cards. Okay. So Aries, this card here represents your current crossroads. I'm just making sure that is in the camera. This card here represents your mental fog. This is your inner truth. This card here is your true north. This is your decision point, your aligned path. This one here is your misaligned path. This is your guided action. And this final card here is your long view outcome. I'm just going to make sure that we can see it all there. Okay, and I'm going to pull a clarifier here for that final card, your long view outcome. Okay. Okay, Aries. Okay, so your current crossroads, this represents the where are you standing right now in your career or life direction. You have the lovers here. So what I'm seeing here is in your current career, your current life direction, you're in a position where you get to collaborate and work with other people. They're very uplifting and supporting. They help you, but you're looking for something more than that. And this is where the crossroads comes in. You're looking to break free from that. You want to be a little bit more independent versus, working always on a team. And when I say working on a team, I mean you're a member of the team, not the leader of the team. And that's where you want to break free and break away from that. You're looking at being not the person that's being supported by other people and uplifted by other people. You want to be the person that's doing the support and the uplifting of other people. It's more like you want to get into a supervisor type role. But you're also, the crossroads is also, you're at a choice where it's like, do you continue to grow in your career or do you kind of just do things stay the same? So you have a decision or choice to make here with the Lovers card. Your mental fog. This is what is currently confusing, overwhelming, or clouding your judgment. And you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, there's this, what's the mental fog is you have this fear. It's a fear of venturing outside of your comfort zone, really, with the lovers and having that support, having that circle of people around you that you work with on the day to day. There's this fear of leaving that because become something that is very stable and secure for you. And so there's this fear of stepping outside that comfort zone and taking a risk, taking a leap of faith, taking some kind of a chance. And the fear again with that mental fog and what's confusing and or overwhelming is you're not quite sure how to go it on your own. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've done something ambitious and just for yourself in your career. And where you haven't been following the status quo or you haven't, done you haven't stepped outside your comfort zone. That's really what it's coming down to. Um, long way of saying it. Now, your inner truth. This is what you already know, but haven't fully trusted or claimed yet. And this is the Magician. Aries, you are a very independent sign. You're a very bold sign. You're someone that likes to, lead the pack, not be part of the pack. You're someone who likes to Take chances. You're usually the first one to initiate something. When something new is out in the market, you're the first one to try it and test it. And then the rest of the people follow you. And with the magician here, this is what you've not been doing. You have not been honoring that side of yourself. This is your inner truth. This is what you already know this about yourself. You know you are the trailblazer, and that is where the issue is right now. This is what's causing the crossroads. This is what's causing the mental fog, is that you haven't been honoring that trailblazer side of yourself. And it's time for you to do that with the magician showing up here, because you already have all the skills, the resources at your disposal to do and step into the role that you really feel is meant for you, whether or not that's your career or just your life direction in general. And now we have your true north. So this is the direction that is most aligned with your purpose and long-term success. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is taking being in an authority type position, especially when it comes to resources. So whether or not so resources can mean many things. It can be people, it can be product, it can be money. Again, it can be anything that creates stability and security in the lives of people. And you have the Ten of Pentacles here. The 10 is the completion of an energy cycle. It's at its max. It's at its highest point here. So, for some of you, this can be about financing your direction that's most aligned with your long-term success. It's taking control of the resources. So being in a supervisor kind of role, being a manager, being an entrepreneur even, but it's where you are making the decisions, you are making the choices and on how the resources are being used, divided up, or even invested if banking is something that you've been interested in or currently do. And the next card here, this is your decision point. This is the choice, what fork in the road or commitment is asking for clarity right now. And you have the Ace of Cups. So what this is saying is what is being asked for clarity is, what do you emotionally feel connected to? And where do you need to trust and listen to your intuition more? And that is what is going to help you make your decision. Perhaps you've been making your career choices and your life decisions based just on logic and reason. And it's time for you to now go inward and trust that intuition. Trust your emotions. If your emotions are screaming like, no, if something's making you feel uncomfortable, that's your emotions in your body telling you that that's not the path for you. So it's what lights you up, what makes you feel happy. It's about you finding your true happiness. And that's when you follow true happiness, that's when you align with your purpose. Now, then this next card here is your aligned path. This is what happens if you choose the path that is aligned with your truth. And you have the star, wish fulfillment, wishes coming true, believing in yourself, having confidence to believe in yourself, having renewed hope and faith. And that's what happens. It's your whole new outlook, or your whole outlook on life changes and becomes more one of hope and faith and believing in yourself and realizing that your dreams and wishes can come true. And that's what happens when you choose the path that is aligned with your truth. Now, the misaligned path, you have the Ten of Cups. So this is what happens if you choose based on fear, pressure, or habit. So the Ten of Cups normally in a reading is a very positive card. But it's about emotional safety and security. But what happens if you choose based on fear, pressure, or habit is you get stuck in the rut, is what this is saying. It's not saying emotional fulfillment or happiness and having it all, that happy life, because this is a different type of reading. What it is saying is that that's where you get stuck, is where that emotional growth doesn't happen. Your decision point, the choice, the fork in the road, what commitment is asking for clarity right now is trusting your emotions. You have the Ace, that's the beginning point of that energy. And then the Ten of Cups that we have in the misaligned path, that's that energy maxed out. You can't go any further from there. because the 10 is the culmination of an energy cycle. So that's what I mean by you'd be stuck in an emotional rut. There's no emotional growth, there's no intuitive growth, there's no increased further happiness because you've already reached that point. Like that energy is maxed out, it's done. So there's no more extras coming in. And that's what happens when you are on your misaligned path. It's the stagnation of your intuition and your emotions. Long way of saying that. Okay, and then we have this is your guided action. So this is what practical steps will bring you immediate clarity or momentum this month. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. So your guided action, the practical steps that will bring you immediate clarity or momentum this month is learning how to use your resources, your material comforts, your security in a way that nurtures your emotions, nurtures what you intuitively feel guided to do versus mapping it out in a strategic way. That's the king. And so then that's when we get to our long-term or long view outcome. So this is how this direction will shape your career, stability, and fulfillment long term. So you have the 10 of Wands. So what this is telling me is your long view or long out-term outcome, how it will shape your career, stabilize it, fulfillment for long-term gains, is that you will have increased responsibilities placed on you. So again, I do see this as you taking a role as an authority figure or a boss, a manager, even as an entrepreneur. I mean, entrepreneurs, they're some of the hardest workers in the world because, it takes a lot of your energy and time to run a business. So you have all this extra responsibility added to you, but that's okay. This is why I wanted the clarifier because you are enjoying it. Again, now you have the King of Pentacles, and unlike the Queen, so still a master of the energy of the suit, but unlike the Queen, this isn't the nurturing side. This is the strategic side. This is the planning side. This is the being the leader, being the one that's calling the shots and using those resources wisely. So what I do see here is that you are become a manager or become a supervisor or again an entrepreneur where you're calling the shots. And you're making money. This is actually a very good way to increase your stability in long term, but it also allows for that internal and emotional growth that you're craving right now. So that is what I have for you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed the reading. As you leave this reading, reflect on the differences between the aligned path and the misaligned one. Clarity isn't about having every answer, it's about choosing the direction that feels grounded, honest, and sustainable. Trust your inner compass. Direction becomes clear once you commit to alignment. Thank you for running with the pack, and I'll see you in the next reading.